Today on Rappler. The Ombudsman indicts former Education Chief Leonor Briones and other officials over the allegedly overpriced purchase of laptops and tablets. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. will visit Washington to negotiate for lower tariffs on Philippine goods. The Binay sisters' feud escalates as Abby defends herself against Nancy's accusations involving the delayed Makati subway project. Thailand superstar pygmy hippo Moo Deng celebrates her first birthday. And an Eraserheads film becomes the first Filipino music documentary to be shown at the San Diego Comic-Con. The Office of the Ombudsman indicts former Education Secretary Leonor Briones and other officials for graft and falsification over the overpriced laptops controversy. In a resolution from last December but made public on Friday, July 11, the Ombudsman recommended the filing of charges for alleged violation of the Anti-Graft and Corrupt Practices Act against the following officials. The Ombudsman also indicts the following for falsification by public officers and the following for perjury. The cases stem from the DepEd's allegedly anomalous transactions related to tablets and data allowances for students and laptops for teachers. The Senate Blue Ribbon Committee investigated the transactions and found the procurements were, quote, highly arbitrary, unjustified, improper, and not beneficial to the DepEd teachers and students. It also found the Budget Department's procurement service had no legal authority to act as an agent on behalf of DepEd. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. will be visiting Washington, U.S. State Secretary Marco Rubio said on Thursday, July 10, during the ASEAN ministerial meeting in Malaysia. Malacanang confirmed this, saying the trip will be from July 20 to 22. Philippine Ambassador to the U.S. Babe Romualdez said Marcos and his delegation will try to negotiate for lower tariffs on Philippine goods. The delegation will include trade officials. The announcement came soon after U.S. President Donald Trump raised tariffs on goods from the Philippines. On Thursday, July 10, Trump announced a 20% tariff on Philippine products entering the U.S., which is higher than the previous rate of 17%. In Malaysia, Rubio met with Philippine Foreign Secretary Maria Teresa Lazaro and Japanese Foreign Minister Iwaya Takeshi. The Department of Foreign Affairs said the three officials talked about strengthening security cooperation with a focus on the South China Sea. The spat between Makati Mayor Nancy Binay and her sister, former Mayor Abby Binay, escalates as Abby hits back on accusations over the city's delayed subway project. Nancy earlier accused Abby's administration of leading a midnight settlement with Philippine Infradev Holdings, the project's private partner. But Abby denied it was a last-minute deal, saying she left the city with nearly 30 billion pesos in funds. In a press conference on Thursday, July 10, Abby says,
Mag-aral muna sila, magpapahinga muna ako, magkita na lang kami after 3 years. Maaga pa. Malay nyo, marami pang pwede mangyari between now and 2020.
When asked directly if she was hinting at a 2028 comeback,
I am not. It's really too early to tell. You know, to be honest, again, hindi ko pa alam.
Abby was Makati City Mayor for 3 straight terms. Reaching the legal limit, she ran for senator in the May elections but lost. The leadership transition between the sisters hasn't been smooth, and it reflects what has long been their strained relationship. Thailand's baby pygmy hippo and internet sensation Moo Deng celebrates her first birthday on Thursday, July 10. She devours a massive quote-unquote birthday cake alongside her mother Jonah, a selection of tropical fruits served in the Thai traditional style. Moo Deng, whose name means bouncing pig in Thai, became a global superstar last year, with images of her rosy cheeks and clumsily charming antics going viral online. Thousands of visitors have made their way to the Khao Kiao Open Zoo, some 100 kilometers south of the capital, Bangkok. Her 4-day birthday bash includes a photo exhibition, a charity auction, and a parade. Some of Moo Deng's prized possessions were auctioned. A plastic bathtub she had used since birth sold for 70,000 baht or $2,150, while a cast of her footprints went for 700,000 baht or more than $21,000. All proceeds from the auction will go to a wildlife conservation fund. The story of one of the Philippines' most iconic and successful rock bands will be in the spotlight at San Diego Comic-Con 2025. Eraserheads Combo on the Run will be the first Filipino-made music documentary to be shown at the event from July 24 to 27. The San Diego Comic-Con is a yearly pop culture convention that includes panel discussions, exhibits, and fan events. Director and producer Diane Ventura says she is incredibly grateful for the chance to represent the Philippines on a global platform. To celebrate its debut at the Comic-Con, the production outfit Kid Heroes teamed up with the Eraserheads and D-Vent Pictures to create a special one-shot comic based on the film. The documentary honors the legendary band known for hits like Ang Huling El Bimbo, With a Smile, Ligaya, Magazine, Pareko, and Alapaap. It also gives a raw, multi-perspective reckoning of the band's rise, breakup, and reunion. And that's today's wrap. I'm JC Gotinga. Thank you for watching. Click the link below for the full story. Follow us on Rappler's YouTube, Facebook, X, Instagram, and TikTok.